Alright, class, so boom, it's the tuning exams, right? Everybody's showing off their little baby techniques, looking cool for the Leaf Village, and then this little green Power Ranger walks in. Rock Lee! Eyebrows on thick mode, bowl cut sharp as hell, looking like he got dressed by a toaster. But don't get it twisted, this is the nicest dude in the whole show. He'll help an old lady cross the street, return your wallet, fix your taxes, and then beat your ass up with pure cardio. Meanwhile, over in the corner, Gaara, little emo sandy ass demon child. No eyebrows, no emotions, no friends, no skincare routine. This man teleported in the center of the arena with murderous intent for absolutely no reason. His whole personality is just kill everybody and hate my dad. So when the matchups get announced and they say Rock Lee versus Gaara, everybody and their ancestors thinking, oh hell nah, Lee ain't making it out alive. Even Kakashi looked at Guy like,
bro, you sure about this? That boy Gaara got a sleeper build.
Guy said, let him cook. So the fight starts and Rock Lee is like, Sensei told me not to use the secret sauce yet, so let's see how this goes. He runs in and tries to throw a leaf whirlwind kick. But of course, that shit was blocked instantly by Gaara's sand. Then Gaara tries to swallow Lee up with his sand, but Lee jumps and does this athletic ass somersault out to evade it. And everyone is just sitting there mesmerized, trying to figure out how Lee is going to have a chance to win this fight. In case you're not familiar with how Gaara's power works and how strong he is, take a look at this flashback. Weak ass attack. What the fuck? How did that not kill him? Take this pussy, sand style, sand prism, squeeze. Yeah, brutal, huh? So back to the fight. Lee rushes in again and starts to throw out a whirlwind of attacks, but of course everything is being blocked. And once again he has to evade. So Gaara becomes frustrated with all of his defense and dodging and rushes Lee with his sand and finally hooks onto him and throws him into the wall. And again, as if he did not learn already, Lee rushes in and starts throwing these meaningless attacks at Gaara's sand, and then Gaara rushes Lee again and almost gets Lee in his grasp. But at the last second, Lee somersaults out of that onto the jutsu. And finally, Guy Sensei says the legendary words to Lee. Lee, take them off. And everyone else hearing that is just confused, like, what do you mean take them off? And Lee's just like, okay, Guy Sensei. Then proceeds to take off ankle weights and drop them on the stadium floor. And when they hit the floor, it was explosive and even started shaking the screen. Everyone's just like, what the fuck? Then Guy Sensei says, now that you are not handicapped by 800 pounds, go kick his ass. Gang, you're telling me this man was fighting and moving like this with 800-pound weights wrapped around his ankles the entire time? So now unhandicapped Lee just rushes Gaara's ass and he's just 10 times, shit, maybe 20 times faster. Then Lee continues running circles around Gaara so fast it started creating after images, and then he goes in for a punch that almost connects. Then he does the same move again and finally finds an opening. Then finally connects with a leaf drop kick, causing a small cut on Gaara's face. And after that, Lee keeps up the momentum, then punches the shit out of Gaara, sending him flying. And now everyone's like, woohoo, thinking Lee has a chance now. But Gaara gets up with this vicious look on him. But he ends up calming down, and now Lee is gearing up for his finisher, unraveling the bandages, for one of the coldest anime attacks in anime history. So Lee starts by running in circles around Gaara and then lands a kick upward that gets Gaara's feet off the ground. He then starts hitting him with a flurry of kicks upward until they were both high enough. Then he wraps him up fully with the bandages. Then he starts spinning both of them towards the ground, landing one of the coldest power driver moves ever seen in history. Man, just look at everyone's faces. They thought Gaara was finished. Even the judge came by to check it out. But you know it can't end like that. He regenerates and comes back looking more menacing than ever. And now he just starts putting straight belt to ass to Lee. He hits him with the sand wave and sends Lee flying. And that's not all. He smacks Lee with his sand again, putting him on the ground face down, ass up. And then gives him a back shot with the sand. Oh my god, he just lost his manhood to sand. After that, Lee gets back up and pulls out one last trick up his sleeve. He begins opening the 8 inner gates. And mama, just look at this man. Now Lee just goes completely insane, first with his speed and kicking Gaara up in the air. Then fucks him up with a flurry of attacks. Then after that, while Gaara is on the ropes, he goes in for a gut check. And then grabs the cloth on Gaara's pants. Then hits him with the leaf wind knee that sends Gaara flying into the stadium. But unfortunately, Lee lost the rest of his energy after that and falls hard on the stadium floor. Now you would think someone would be finished after getting hit with all those attacks. And everyone and their mama thought Gaara was defeated. But he regenerated again. And his sore loser ass made Lee suffer, latching onto his arm and legs with his sand and breaking every muscle and bone in his body. But Gaara wasn't done. He tried to completely wrap Lee up with the sand and squeeze him to death. But God came in to stop this madness, thankfully. And the match was finally over. Lee was put on a stretcher and Guy was told that he may never fight again. This shit was absolute cinema. And one of the most iconic fights of the whole Naruto series, where I think Lee should have won but got hoed by plot. But let me know what you guys think. Also, drop any video ideas that you may want me to do in the future. I have a laundry list already, but I want that list to get even bigger. Lastly, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, yeah!